Three twisted voices rise, Butchie, Matt and Paul, talking gore and guts with laughter in the air, reviewing every nightmare, 'cause horror's what they share. They don't need your ads or fame, they do it for the love and pain. Draw one last breath before the credits roll, screaming from the shadows, heart and soul. From festival to fest, they roam the haunted land, the UK's horror kings with blood upon their hands.
Welcome to Draw One Last Breath Horror Podcast. My name's Matt.
I'm Butch.
I'm Jolly Paul.
Welcome to episode 207. On this episode, we have all been to the cinema to watch The Backrooms, and our movie from the vault is from 2004 that Butch picked out the bag, Saw. How the hell are you guys doing?
I am just lost in a maze of rooms.
Don't think Butch has come out of the back rooms yet.
Oh,
yeah, all good, mate. All good. Full of
He's
busy
only
as
come
always.
out the closet and that's it. How are you guys been?
Good. There's been a couple of freebies that have popped up on.
Well, before we delve into that, happy birthday for the other week.
Me.
'Cause obviously it's your birthday when we were off air.
Thank you for the rum.
That's quite all right. What did you get him, Geordie Paul?
I got him a nice vintage AI generated slasher picture.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I appreciate that very much. As long as you don't upset
It
anyone.
wouldn't let me change the cast names. So it just generated actors' names, and then I tried to put real names in. It wouldn't let me. But the real names I tried to put were Paul Butcher, Matt Cartner, Geordie Paul, and the dude from V, and it wouldn't let me do it.
That's a shame. You would have upset some
Oh,
people
dear.
who like Wallace and Gromit, so we don't really want to do that, do we? Oh, fucking hell. All right, come on then. Let's get into fucking what we been watching. Paul, let's start with you because you've been to the cinema to watch something that we were going to pick, and then you absolutely got your dick out and smacked it round the face. So what did you think of Passenger?
Well, yeah. So Passenger. I mean, so yeah, I kind of got there earlier. An opportunity presented itself to go to the cinema, and early doors and see it. And it's awful, guys. It's genuinely. I mean, I genuinely thought it was really, really poor. There's a couple of little bits in it that are really, really good, and there's a sequence kind of in the middle of the film which I just wished they kind of played on that more, and because it was really well done and it was genuinely frightening. But if you've seen the trailer, essentially the trailer is the first 5 minutes of the film, and it's the best bit of the film. And it goes very silly very quickly, and it kind of feels like a film that just completely runs out of ideas, and in order to get to the end, it just loses the plot completely.
Okay.
And becomes really naff.
Is it supernatural? Is it monster?
It's supernatural.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
going to say it looks supernatural.
But I'm trying to not spoil it because you obviously see it at some point, right? But it's like they carry this supernatural entity with them, right? And then it's like, how do we get rid of it? And they find the only person in America, bizarrely, that knows how to get rid of it. Well, no, doesn't know how to get rid of it. Thinks they know how to get rid of it. Has heard a story about how to get rid of it, but nobody's been able to ever get rid of it because it's been around forever. So she tells him to go to a place which nobody knows how to get to, and the off chance it can weaken the entity and kill it. And then they go, well, how do we get there? And she goes, oh, well, I'll show you. It's really shit. And it's, the dialogue is like that right at the end. And you're like, ugh. And yeah. Look, maybe nitpicking, but I think if a film, there's a scene where they're outside in the piss and rain and the two lead actors don't get wet. It's that poor. And I'm like, hang on. You didn't get wet?
Did they not
It's
get
weird.
wet? Did they not get wet on purpose though?
No, they stood in the piss and rain. It's just they must have not had the rain machine over them. It's there's just a lot of that stuff, and it just becomes really silly. So decent kind of concept, but just no, no, no.
All right,
It's
all right.
disappointing because the director's the guy who did Troll Hunter, which I really really like,
Did like Charles.
and this one's just a bit naff. It belongs as a short film. Like I said, it belongs for the first 5 minutes of the trailer, and then the rest of it's just tosh. So yeah, I'm glad we didn't do that.
Okay.
But other than
Swear.
that, I watched a film on Shudder, which, Butch, to be fair, it's 101 minutes. So, it's right up your street. But no, it's a Dutch folk horror. It was all right. It was a bit signpost the way it was going to go.
What's it called? Hit
Heresy.
Heresy.
So yeah, that was it was all right to watch. I'm all up to date now on From as well. So
I so I am season 2, episode 2 of
hmm,
From. And like you said, they do not tell you fuck all, do they? They
no,
just let events play out, and you're like, what?
yeah, it's like I said, it is very lost. It is very lost,
That's
but
got my
I
that's got
quite like
Michael.
it.
That's got Michael from Lost.
Yeah, and obviously the similarities of kind of just like drip feeding you kind of bits and then leading you down garden paths. But
Mm,
yeah, no, I love it. I love it. It's really good. So I think the latest episode's on today, which I haven't watched yet. So after the pod,
nice.
I think I'll be watching that. But it's really good. But yeah, that was me, guys.
Nice.
Matt?
I actually watched something that Geordie Paul recommended. So I went and started watching anyway. Um, Something very bad is going to happen.
Okay.
Like, yeah, interesting. I don't look, it's good, but I think each episode for me is just a bit too long. It's like there's a lot of like filler in there sometimes I feel, but it feels like it'd be so much sharper if it was 30-minute episodes. However, as it goes on, it does get better, and it kind of goes better and better and more crazy and more crazy. And I'm literally on the last episode now, and it's just it's gonna go batshit. I know it, but yeah. So I got that. So that's really good. It's on Netflix. I thought I've really enjoyed it, and the acting is brilliant. It's really really good.
Okay.
So I'm enjoying that.
I'm going to try and smash through that as well then next week,
Yeah,
as well as the Burrows. I'm quite liking the Burrows, to be honest. We're only like 3 episodes in, but it's probably very
yeah. I'm tempted to give that a whirl.
Spielbergy.
I also have watched not necessarily horror, but I've watched the first episode of Spider Noir.
So have I. What did you opt for?
I quite like. Oh, I went for black and white.
Okay.
Did you go color, Butch? Because I went black and white as
No,
well.
I went color
Oh, there's always one, isn't there?
because
There's always
I looked into it, and
Specific episodes are supposed to be watched in black and white, apparently.
yeah, I think I'd probably go
Colour.
back because I'm enjoying it so far. But they did say obviously because obviously to stay true to the comic, it's all sort of color. So I thought I'd watch it in color first and then go back and watch it film
I
noir.
think it's really clever because the color isn't just color, is it? It's like
Oh yeah,
technical. It's been enhanced, so it kind of looks. It's still got a vintage look to it,
Who
but it's
Framed Roger Rabbit sort of style.
yeah.
Yeah,
I genuinely think it's really clever because it's going to make people watch it twice.
yeah,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm on 4 episodes and I think it's fucking brilliant. I think it's really good, and
It,
it's like
enjoyable, isn't it?
pure Cage. I love it,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
really, really well done. So yeah.
the best
and
version of Cage.
Mhm.
yeah. And I've just watched one last thing as well, which is called "Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die," which
Oh,
is
I want to see
pretty
this.
good. Yeah, it's good fun. I mean, it's Sam Rockwell being Sam
Oh,
Rockwell.
okay, yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's literally basically a guy that comes from the future and literally lands in a diner and he has to pick. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but he has to try and pick people that are going to help him save the world in a certain way. But he's been through so many scenarios, kind of like a bit of a Doctor Strange thing. But he's lived through so many different scenarios and not got the thing completed. So every time they all kind of either die. So he's got to pick the right people. So it's quite good. The only thing is there's one kind of running kind of not a joke but kind of a running thing at one point that deals with a really dark subject, and I don't know if it's too dark for me, the subject that they're talking about. I'm not going to ruin it, but I'll let you guys decide. However, it's good fun. The cast is brilliant. It's got Zazie Beetz in it, Michael Pena's in it. Chabadi G is in it, which is great. Always see him. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really good watch. So yeah,
Oh,
go
I'll
check that
definitely go
out.
and check that out. I watched a couple of things that came out this year. One was The Bride. I've watched with Jesse Buckley, Christian Bale. So I sat down and watched that.
Was
1930s
it a
Chicago.
mess?
It's yeah, it was a kind
Yeah.
of it was a fun like I don't know if you got around to watching Joker 2, kind of not as much singing obviously, but kind of like that. It was kind of yeah, quirky, arty, so this is Maggie Gyllenhaal. This is sort of drama school on a bigger scale. Lots of ideas, and style over substance maybe, but I did kind of enjoy it. I did kind of enjoy it because I mean you can't. Jesse Buckley's amazing, and like the actors' chops that they've got in this, but it was kind of style over substance, really. But again, I gave it a 6. It wasn't awful. One I did probably like maybe a little bit more was they I think it's called They Bury the Dead. Or We Bury
We
the
buried
Dead,
the dead.
sorry.
Yeah.
We Bury the Dead with Daisy Ridley. And this was
I want to
fucking
see this.
it's good, man. Like the premise is there's a something that happens off the coast of Tasmania that kind of wipes out everyone in Tasmania. And she is and a
Is
lot
it
of
the
other people.
Tasmanian Devil?
She is going to Tasmania. A lot of people are going to Tasmania to go door to door to kind of do a cleanup, effectively, an awful job of taking bodies out of houses, basically. And then there's a very small chance that they are still alive. Small, very small chance. And that's why she's gone over there because her husband was there for a kind of works thing. So she wants to get to her husband. So it's very much like almost like a road story, quite grounded, I would say, and quite and in the storytelling. I quite liked it. I liked the journey, and yeah, it was pretty decently acted. Obviously, she's got a handle on things, bless her, and yeah, and when it comes to like the substance of it all, I thought it's good. So worth checking out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just before we move on, I was just rattling through bits and bobs on Sky the other day, and I just want to give a bit of a shout out to a film that we all watched last year and loved, and it's from Fright Fest and Redux Redux. Currently on Sky Store, there's like an 80% sale on it, and you can buy it for it's €5, so it's probably cheaper than that pound wise, but €5 for that film to buy is
Yeah, it's 4.99 here.
absolute steal.
Yeah.
So if anyone hasn't seen it and is thinking of a decent film, just go and buy it. I mean, it's like what cheaper than that to rent, but on Sky Store to get that for a fiver, I think that's a real big
This
bargain.
is what I
So
was kind of talking about a couple of episodes ago. They're chucking stuff on Amazon, which is like indie horror, and that sort of money is given direct to the creators and stuff like that, or something like that. I think they've got some kind of creator deal, so it's pretty cool actually, because they've got quite a few sort of Fright Fest outings and other indie movies worth checking out. Cool. Should we get on to some news? Quite a lot of trailers. Anyone watched any trailers?
Wow.
me, I
I,
have.
I had to watch yet another Evil Dead trailer, which showed literally even more of the bits in it. I don't think I need to go see this movie. I really don't think I need to bother.
I
Did you
was
get the trailer when you went or not?
Yeah,
I have
but
been avoiding
Extended one.
everything and fucking went to see bloody the Backrooms and then got it. I was like, oh
Yeah, and this is like the even bigger trailer than the
yeah.
last one that we saw. So which gives away major whole plot things and everything. And it's just like, yeah, it's kind of made me a little bit not excited now.
I
yeah,
loved the teaser trailer. I thought the teaser trailer was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
Right,
it's enough.
leave
yeah.
it at that.
Leave it at that.
Well, we'll get onto that later. Carry on.
Well, there's one that came out today. Actually, I watched it about an hour ago. Fall 2, Dead Point, I think. Fall
Oh
2, Dead Point.
yes, I saw the poster for it.
Well, they released a poster earlier, and then they've just released a trailer. Again, it's fear-inducing. It's
Yeah,
one to watch at the cinema, and it's out September 2nd, so that's prime
Right,
time,
Fest.
prime price time. So who knows on that one. Um, there's a trailer for what's it called? Ewan McGregor,
End of Oak Street.
End of Oak Street, which looks just fuck. Is it Anne Hathaway as well? I can't remember.
It's like The Mist meets Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it looks fucking odd, man.
Have you heard the rumors that people are saying it could be another link to Cloverfield?
Cloverfield.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, interesting. I haven't heard that. It looks odd, and this year it hasn't taught me anything. Odd is good, so yeah, fucking bring it on. I'll tell you what's it really cool. You remember that movie we saw? I think it's last year, or it might have been a year before. Remind me, Matt. Hold the Fort. Do you remember that one?
yeah, that was last year.
That was last year. That
Yeah,
mate. So I steal your thunder
Stormy
there.
news. But go ahead.
Yeah, just being I got a June 23rd release date.
is that
I'm
streaming or out to buy?
Digital, yeah. It's coming
digital.
out
Digital.
I think, physically in America, and it's getting streamed over here.
Uh,
Um,
That was a great
Brilliant.
movie.
Really fun.
so much fun.
Stupid, but in the best possible way.
Yeah,
Great. We had a lot of fun with that at Fry Fest, so definitely check that out, guys. If you want to laugh, then please watch it. But it's got some great practical effects in and some just hilarious performances. So,
It's fantastic.
yeah. All right, that's all. I'm out.
all right. Well, you mentioned two of the bits I had, so I'm just going to mention another trailer. Have you guys seen the trailer for Onslaught?
Go on, remind me.
Well, it is an A24, and it is Adam Wingard who directed The Guest,
Mhm.
Oh, I love that
and
movie.
it looks fucking mental. It's an action thriller horror film. It's got Aya Oyana from Andor, Mrs. Jason Momoa, and it's about kind of super soldiers and super weapons, and it looks violent, and it looks crazy, and it looks incredible, guys. So we'll probably get away with this to do this for the podcast if it's anything like The Guest, so it'll have a horror angle to it, but it looks amazing. So definitely check the trailer out after this pod because it looks brilliant.
Nice.
Another trailer. Have you guys seen the trailer for a film called Hope? It's like a sci-fi thriller type
This
horror film.
it's the
You heard about that?
Asian horror,
Yeah.
Korean sort of thing.
This is the one I sent you 2 weeks ago, Matt. Yeah,
Oh, well, why don't you spoke about it then?
we did.
Did we?
Yeah, last
Oh,
episode I made the same comment to Butcher when I sent you the
Oh,
fucking
don't get me
trailer.
wrong, Matt. They keep on releasing stuff. It's all over social media, so
that's
they're
fair.
really pumping this one. So it looks good.
Yeah, I thought
It
the
does look
trailer
really
looked good. Yeah. All right. Fuck you guys. I got some other news. It's more like a bit of a plug, really. There's this really cool website that I've seen online, and they're really cool. And they've got loads of different kind of t-shirts and like cardigans and stuff. But it's really cool stuff. It's called. Have you heard of Dead Cats Club?
No.
It's really good. You should go check it out because they've got like Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. They've got a really cool Shining cardigan. They've got there's a fantastic um kind of like cardigan on what's the film where with Demi Moore in that we watched? I can't even remember.
Substance.
Substance.
Substance, yeah, cardigan from the substance. Obviously, they don't call it that, but it's like, likenesses of that. But they do really cool, quirky stuff. They've got Babadook on there, Idle Hands t-shirts,
Ooh.
but it's a really cool kind of like brand, and it's over here. So it's you can go to deadcatsclub.com and check out all their stuff. And it's like free UK shipping on anything over £100. But some of their stuff is so unique and cool. You need to go check it out if you like that sort of stuff. I'll definitely be buying something from there, that's for sure. It's just different stuff, than you would see online. So yeah, go check them
I,
out.
I, I wanted to be showing you something. Apparently my sister's got me something from America. It's an American store out there called I don't know if it's what's it called, something House, Monster House or something like that. But they did this Return of the Living Dead bag, overnight bag, and I was just like, it's like 50 quid. And I was like laughing. Oh yeah, I don't really want anything for my birthday. That'd be great. Hilarious. But
Nice.
she's bought it for me. I will send you a link. It's
Oh wow.
fucking awesome. It's got Tarman on and stuff like that. It looks
Oh
sick.
yeah, that's cool. That sounds good.
I mean, I love the fact that Matt's entered into a stage of his life where he's looking after cardigans. So,
Oh mate, I've rocked a cardigan for years,
Yeah,
mate. I don't
man.
have to be a
fair play.
granddad for that.
Love a cardigan.
They're coming back in fashion again.
All right, cool. We good for news?
Yeah.
Well, come on, let's get on to our main review.
I found something in the store.
Okay. What did you find?
The place. I found a place.
हम जमीन के रहने वालों की तरफ से
Hello?
आपको खुश आमदीद कहते हैं।
Anyone there?
Look, I know how this sounds, but you gotta understand, it's massive in there.
I'm not saying I don't believe you.
Okay, I'm gonna come back here with proof. All right, you feel me?
Yeah.
Follow my lead.
Clark, what is this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been here every night since I found the place, and I still barely scratched the surface. All right, just take it slow.
Pull me up! Pull me up! Pull me up! What do you see?
All these rooms. This place builds them. It's like a maze. It just goes on and on. Sometimes I'm scared I'll get lost.
Clark, can you hear me? I don't understand. What is this?
It's beautiful.
Am I right?
Hello?
Okay, so this week's main review is not Passenger, so apologies to those who were disappointed. But we all went to the cinema to see the latest online sensation, worldwide sensation in the horror world. Reagan the Money, A24 is biggest ever opening weekend for one of its films, which is pretty good.
118 million weekend.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it is The Backrooms. A
Backrooms.
really quick synopsis, guys. After a therapist patient disappears into a dimension beyond reality, she must venture into the unknown to save him. I mean that's a pretty crap synopsis for this film, I think, to be fair. But we can talk about it. Based on a YouTube series.
Well, okay, we need to talk about this. Based on Kane Parsons' web series. However, I've done a bit of gone down a rabbit hole. Because I was like, why has this made so much money? When Obsession is still fucking going, by the way, 160 million. And I was like, Backrooms came out, and I was like, okay, interesting. Hang on. So that had 180 million open weekend. What the fuck? And I was like, what is this? And then it's like this whole subculture out there around a photograph of, of this is gone into like subreddits and all this sort of stuff, and video games. I mean, I used to watch my brother play something called SCP, and it's like going around like just like endless corridors meeting weird, and suddenly a creature will be behind the door and stuff like that. And this has kind of got that internet love. I think there's this whole subculture around it that I didn't know existed. And this Kane Parsons was the one who did like this web series based on all of that as well, which I haven't gone and watched any yet. And that's how it got, made into they asked to made into a movie. And fuck me, I guess everyone who's into this it's such a weird thing. Like the idea of like, what's it? They called it like liminal spaces, basically. Like just the idea of suddenly falling into something, and then there being fluorescent lights and dull wallpaper just to walk around. It's so weird and nonplussed as a concept to me, but it fucking freaked me the fuck out watching it. Really did. I don't know how you guys felt.
Matt?
Um, yeah, I mean, this is like cool thing because I like the fact that you didn't really see anything from the trailer, and it just again it just bolsters what I said earlier. You don't need massive, whistles and bells for getting bums on seats. I spoke to a couple of guys at work that were also they're a bit younger than me. They remember all his stuff and his web series, and basically they played games as well, like a game called Portals and stuff that really like kind of has influence over this. So I think you're right, Butch. There is a lot of a community out there that kind of heard about that and then went to see this that got bums on seats as well. Um, but yeah, I fucking it absolutely blew me away. Like I cannot believe we've been that like lucky to have a 1-2 punch with Obsession and then this, and it's just I come out of this just like wanting to find out more. I went like you, Butch. I went down a rabbit hole. I've watched so many videos on so many little bits and pieces about it. It's just I just everything about it, the way it's filmed, the soundtrack was brilliant. If it didn't have that soundtrack, it would have been no way as good as it was. But yeah, what about you, Jordy Paul?
Well, look, I obviously doing the podcast and watching kind of a lot of horror, and I'm getting looks as if you say I'm going to hate it. So, but I want to talk about it. I You consume a lot of horror, right? And I think it's very rare when you find a film anymore, really, that gets under your skin, and plays with your brain, and where you're not sat instantly kind of terrified with a jump scare, but it's just this thing that gets into you and just stays with you, and it's just this tense, horrible feeling. And this did it to us, and it freaked me out, guys, and it still is freaking me out. It got inside my skull, and I thought it was fucking unbelievable. I absolutely, from start to finish, fucking loved it. And Matt, you're right. To get Trek with 2 films in a week like this is incredible. And look, the kid is, well, he's 20-year-old now. He was 19 when he made it. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And yeah, let's continue because it's just incredible. Well, look, to build a character out of a set is just
Real sets as well. These were they weren't hand-eye trick stuff. It was all real sets.
The production design, and Matt, you mentioned the sound, which we can get on in a bit, but production sound design of it, right? In sod the characters, the rooms, even though there's nothing in them, were terrifying. The subtleness of it, the way like things were half through the floor, the little bits you were looking out for, even before the kind of terror kind of happened, it just made you feel odd and fucked, and it was brilliant. So yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I walked out with a feeling of dread for quite some time. This is if I'd watched this late at night and walked into like, got my car into an empty parking lot, sort of thing. Phew, it's just like so familiar yet not, and like the use of color, the dullness. Like okay, so we watched Skimmering and we thought that might move the needle, and that was kind of maybe a little bit too. This one was just like, just fucking killed me inside big time, and that's when I was like, I like walked out of it. I don't know if I enjoyed that, and then I was like, I had to think about it. I couldn't. A feeling stayed with me for a long, long time.
It's got
And
to
I,
sit with you though. It's got to
yeah,
simmer in it. It's like that sort of film. You can't just come out and go, "Oh, that was fucking brilliant." You've got to come out of it and go,
yeah,
"I need to think about this." Like long and hard.
yeah. And the concept is so fucking bizarre, and it's kind of what I don't understand yet about. I don't understand why it's freaking me out so much.
Right,
That's the
come
thing.
on,
It's like a
come
new
on.
fear.
We got to get into this. We got to get into this. So
Okay,
lay the foundations. Who we got?
okay, we got Clark, who is Chiwetel Ejiofor,
That's why I just did
That'll
that
do.
because I wanted to hear you say that.
obviously from Serenity, Love Actually.
12 Years a Slave.
Yes, fucking incredible actor. And Mary, he's a furniture store owner, just recently divorced, seeing a um therapist named Mary, who's played by rather unknown. She's done a few bits. She's Norwegian, I think. Renate Reinsve. And she's kind of just again very unassuming characters. Both of them. He's kind of full of rage, and she's just very unassuming. And obviously, we get the wonderful Mark Duplass from Creep, Matt,
Yeah, I know. Love him.
as a sort of background character. Um, very much this sort of foundation of this movie is like I don't know if you would say lost, but kind of like there's a company that's kind of like investigating. It's kind of shaky footage as well sometimes. I don't know which is worse. I don't know what made you feel worse, the shaky cam, like the actual, and it's set in the 90s, which is so the technology is like again. I think that adds to it
Basic. Yeah,
with the color
100%.
tone and all that sort of stuff.
Well, it does. I mean, you've got obviously the start of the film has a found footage bit to it where you've got a guy who you don't know. You
Spoilers,
haven't
major
look,
spoilers, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah, major spoilers. So there's no other way to talk. But yeah, so you got a guy actually who's in the back rooms essentially, and he's kind of running away from something. He can't get it. He's freaking out because it's just running from room to room, and it all looks really random. And then he's being chased by something. You don't know what. You still really don't know what. And then all of a sudden it's that that Blair Witch thing where the camera just boom, 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 and it's like, oh shit, okay. And you're right, Butch. It's set in the 90s, and it sets up the character kind of that like back and forth between Clark, who's been kicked out of the house because he's basically a drunk essentially, and he's kind of marriage just fell apart, and then you've got this therapist, and he's kind of unhappy because he's an architect or thinks he wants to be an architect, and he's running this furniture store which isn't very busy, put it that way.
Yeah. That starting bit very, very reminded me of like a VHS episode.
Yeah.
Massively. Like
But
I
I
was
thought
getting that vibe.
that whole transition between found footage and then this
Yeah.
really kind of vivid, like color tone and just this
Color
like
tone. Yeah.
it was just brilliant.
So it's the space for me that was the way they filmed it, however they filmed it, the way they created the space, along with the agoraphobia and the claustrophobia at the same time. Like the store was just so because it was so empty because it was like the dense sound of nothingness and echoingness. Like they got nothing, even though you got stuff in the room. This stuff's too big. It's like a big factory sort of setting for this store, and he's staying it. Oh God. I don't know if you've ever stayed in I've sort of stayed in when I used to work in the pubs, and like I was kind of like you stayed on the sofa in this big dance room and stuff. And you're like, oh no, I better go and take myself to the green room so I can contain myself away from that. For him to just like sleep in a bed in the middle of like other beds and all that's freaky enough for me, to be honest. But like he stumbles upon because he's got problems with electrics, haven't he?
That's right,
There's
yeah.
extra breaker things that we don't know what's going on, and he just stumbles on it. There's a little weird little light glint, and it didn't feel too kooky. The passing through as well. I thought that was quite interesting. But what not annoyed me, this kind of where it got the middle, the early bit freaked me out. When he starts going in and he just starts walking around, you're like, dude, you're going too far. You don't know where the fuck
Yeah.
you're going.
But I think that's the beauty of it. It's just like in my head the whole time I was thinking he's gonna get fucking lost. Everything looks the same. I'd get lost so easily. I'd be like marking the floor or something or making, you know. I know he's it's clever because he's an architect and he's thinking what the hell, and he's looking around and he just keeps going and going and going and going. Um, it's just that whole thing of dread, and it's also like it's like going to a place where you uncanny that you kind of like feel that kind of you've seen it somewhere but you don't, and it's just like it's just weird. It's just so weird.
It's that drawing, isn't it? I don't know. There's a drawing of the stairs and stuff like that where they go every which way. The direction of stairs and stuff like that. There's an old, I don't know what.
Like in Labyrinth.
Yeah,
MC
yeah.
Escher, the
Is
picture.
that
I know
is
what
that
you're
right?
talking
It's a
about,
great, it's a great picture. And it's like, yeah, the familiar but not familiar, and it's like everything's a little bit off. and like spaces are so weird and bizarre, and that fucking sound of the footsteps, what you can't see, you don't know if it's good, bad, whatever, but it feels dread just takes over. And when you're going away and there's no focus on it, only focus on him, and he's going through a space where he doesn't know what's next.
Mm.
It's fucking yeah.
I think
Oh,
that's the beauty of it because it's a big space and it's kind of like, oh, what's around this corner? And it makes you kind of want to walk down it, even though you shouldn't. It's that, oh, well, there's nothing here to really look at apart from this long corridor, so I'll walk down it and I'll kind of peer around the corner and see what's here. And oh, I'm in this room with this little door, and I'll open this one and I'll go through it, and it's kind of you are like he's going into the rabbit hole. The further he goes, you think, oh, he's never getting out of here. And we know there's something in there somewhere, which is the genius of the start. You don't know what's there, but you know there's something there. And then
The little doors reminded me of like Alice in Wonderland and shit
yeah,
like that. So weird.
yeah, and it's
But
it's just great. So you do go, don't walk down there, but you're going. Actually, do you know what? I kind of want to see what's around the corner. Would you
yeah,
do that when you were there? You'd be like, well, there's nothing threatening around this room. I'll just keep walking. But it's the sound, isn't it? It's the absence of anything. It's just that bright light. It's that really yellow, but the absence of any kind of peripheral sound. But there's like a humming, like a like there's something there. It's so
but
clever. It's so clever.
when he finds there's like a cardboard cutout and it's just talking in different languages and it's just going over and over. Because first of all, you think it might be people talking. You think, oh, he's found some other people that are trapped there or something, but it ain't. It's just a recording on a basically a plaque of a person. And then when he follows the wires, and then you hear whatever it is coming, like big footsteps, like not small ones, like gigantic. Like I'm just like, get the fuck out of there, man. Just get out, man. It's just, but the fear, it's just the fear as well of getting lost. It's just so clever. Yeah.
it goes quite quickly into the story as well. Like elevates into the terror. I thought quite well because obviously we know he's exploring. We know he's doing what he's doing. He's trying to sell to his therapist unsuccessfully about what he's seeing. And then he gets his assistant manager and her boyfriend involved with the camera, and that is when no, it doesn't increase in tempo really, but when they are in that, when he takes other people in there with him, and he doesn't give a fuck. I'd feel there's also like a just investigative nature to him, but also like whatever
He's
we're
a bit
being
of a twat.
he's a twat. He's a twat. Not a very likable character, but I ain't going down that weird shoot laundry shoot.
It's a
That
recipe for disaster. It's like, oh yeah, tie this bit of string on you, you'll be all right. No thanks.
yeah.
Yeah, but I
Um,
mean, look, it's a plan that kind of works to a point. I mean, he goes
Right.
down there and it's a shithole down there, and it's this load, and you go, hang on, this is the wrong room. This is you gone far
Yeah,
too far now.
loads and loads of clothes.
That was
I
really
mean,
clever that
are
they
we
had.
thinking that's clothes of people that have been
got
eaten
lost.
or lost or killed or what? It's just
Well, I thought
like,
it was very clever where they had the little head of the copper cutout poking out,
yeah,
and I
I
was like,
shit
oh
myself because I
Jesus.
thought that was an actual body.
Mm.
Very
Um,
clever.
and then
But
yeah, you get the kind of something moves and he shits himself and he like gets back up the shoe pretty quickly, and then they're kind of trying to take the rope off, and then he gets pulled, and that scene is just terrifying. And then obviously they end up tumbling down after him. And I love this type of stuff where it's kind of like you concentrate so much on the screen and you think you've got it so it's just it's like off cam well not off camera on camera but like off like out your eye line things happening where you just see him getting pulled through the door really quickly,
yeah,
but it's not quick, but it's just as he's disappearing, and you kind
Yeah.
of go, what the fuck, what's happening? And then like yeah, they get to like they lose the assistant manager goes tries to find her fella and she runs away. Then he's running after her.
but this
And
bit is crazy because the amounts of different rooms and sets that he goes through, like on this part, it's just insane. You think again, he's just going to get absolutely lost. He's just go from room to room. So it goes from like more like rooms like the start, then it goes into a kind of like almost a bathroom kind of place, then like a swimming pool, and then and it just keeps going and going and going. It just keeps going, and I'm like, how are you even going to know where you're going?
I mean,
And
then he
then
ends
when he
up
gets to that one end room where there's nowhere else to go, he's just trapped.
well, let's not forget Christmas Room.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh
With the
my
little
god, that
freaky.
mate, that was fucking weird.
You've got melted bodies in the floor,
Yeah,
which look like mannequins, but are they mannequins? And then he wanders around and he's got that little like small person, and he's kind of like hello, and it flicks the light on, and then that almost zombie creature comes out of nowhere, and starts going chase. I was like, what the hell? It just revved it straight away, and you're like, what the fuck? Ah, Jesus!
Yeah.
And then obviously he ends up in the kind of swimming pool area, and his assistant manager's kind of screaming at him.
she's obviously in the other side or something
And
like
she can
that.
see him though. She sees him.
Mm.
She's looking through a mirror or a glass window, but we're seeing him like bang on a wall. It's a wall, and she's like, "Oh," and then obviously something picks the camera up.
Something very tall.
Yes, and she's like, "Oh God, oh God," and then it almost just cuts to black.
Yeah, and then we get I guess, the Mary of it all, the therapist sort of side, where she is concerned for his, and so she goes a looking, and she ends up in there.
But
Now,
there's some you're forgetting. We get many flashbacks from her. Very lots of flashbacks of her childhood. Of looks like she's been treated poorly. Looks like her mum had mental issues.
agoraphobia,
Agoraphobia, yeah,
agoraphobia, yeah,
yeah.
which
So
adds
it
to the
looks like,
duality, which adds to the storyline and adds to the duality of it all. I quite like that.
yeah, yeah. But she's concerned because obviously he's ranted to her about this place, and she's kind of not seeing him. So I think she
But he
goes to
sends her a
visit.
message, doesn't he, saying he's not coming back?
Oh yeah, and then that gives her the kind of like push to go and see where he is and how he's doing and stuff. And she finds it, doesn't she? She finds the door and goes through it.
Now, what do you? Well, one, I think there's an amount of time that's passed, right?
I
Definitely.
think I think I read somewhere it's like 4 weeks.
Okay. So the amount of time that's passed, he's kind of enveloped himself into this area. Um, he's can't do Lally any, basically. There's something not right with him. Now,
I love that
that
little bit where she's looking at the picture on the wall, though, and she kind of notices someone's behind her, and all you see is kind of like the edge of his arm disappear back around. I thought that was brilliant. I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
ooh, ooh. Yeah, I love all that stuff.
yeah.
But
And
yeah,
the,
sorry,
the
but sorry.
picture was depicting like a big fucking kind of black silhouette creature with something, a person, I'm guessing the assistant manager with a head off. Because we don't really, because that was a question. Is that what, when he knocks her out unconscious and takes her back to his home, and with the weird lady in the corner, guy with that he's feeding off. I don't understand that. You can eat them too, whatever. The little guy with the wheelchair who's turning on the lamp. You're like, this is a fucking weird scene. And then the assistant manager's head in the fridge.
So, do you know the woman with the red hair when he scalps her and puts her hair on the psychiatrist?
Is that his wife?
That's supposed to be, I believe, his wife. Because if you see, when the beast thing starts running in, she's the only one that runs away.
Yeah. She
So
runs into
she's scared.
into that sort of corner.
Yeah. So she's absolutely petrified, like in the corner. Now, I kind of half of this I kind of thought about, and half of this I kind of saw in videos online. So I was thinking, did he kill his wife?
In
Because there's a scene where he goes to her house and he's sat outside her house, right? And there's specifically, you hear the whispering about the window being open of her house, always leaves the back window open and all this stuff. Has he killed his wife?
Interesting. That's didn't think about that.
You know what I mean? And then run into this space, and that why he's run there to just hide away and get away?
That's very interesting.
Well, you've got obviously. I mean, I liken it to remember Jordan Peele's Us.
Mm.
Yeah, it
So
definitely. I
it's
want.
kind of that like shadow side to the world, isn't it? Whereby everybody it kind of it goes into a bit of exposition trying to kind of explain like what it is, and it doesn't really explain it because it's there for your own interpretation of
Yeah,
everything, I suppose. But they kind of what I took from it was that everyone's kind of got this parallel dimension or whatever reality or whatever it is. It kind of tries to recreate the world, but
but it
it never
can.
gets it
Yeah,
quite right, which is
yeah.
why kind of you see furniture that's all
That's why
stuck
their
together
eyes,
or
they've got like four eye, like
yeah,
yeah,
and because he does say it remembers it, but it never remembers it
100%.
correctly. So
Yeah.
you obviously the guy in the wheelchair's got like three legs and like loads of different fingers, and like
So
you said, Matt.
it's almost like a photocopy, a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Well, they say, don't
Eventually,
they?
it gets
There's a
weird.
classic line in the film where they say, "Oh, it's like if someone's never seen a dog before, you
Mm.
describe what a dog is, and then they've got to draw it.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah,
going to draw a dog, are they? They're going to draw something that you've told them to draw. So it's kind of that, copy that human being,
yeah.
and this is what they're like. It's like, all right, well, no, you haven't quite done it because you've got them with three noses, or their heads on the wrong way, or they've got three legs or something. So it's very, very. I mean, this whole scene terrified me. I was just that it played on everything kind of scared of.
Mm.
What
um,
big giant pirate monsters?
but we haven't got the pirate man yet. But the whole like just the kind of inbredness of it and the
Yeah.
whole like
Very
uh,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but unlike
yeah
Cancer.
Yeah.
yeah, like that whole kind of dinner scene, and then obviously they recreate the same kind of therapy session that they
Yeah,
had. And it's kind of word for word. I mean, Chua, like we mentioned already, but Chiwetel Ejiofor and this is unbelievable. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an incredible performance. Um, and this whole like exposition, it's just brilliant. This just really, really had me kind of on the edge of my seat. So, but yeah, then we get Pirate Pete turn up.
Fucking hell.
yeah. Then it sort of like turns into a weird, like I'd say cat and mouse slasher almost thing going on with it, which is creepy. The sound, the peg
That's it.
leg.
That's one of the scariest bits I thought when he's just because he's so slow moving and he's huge, and apparently he's that thing is played by the same guy that was in Alien Romulus that played the
Yeah, the
alien
really tall guy.
gangly
But
guy. Yeah,
he may be slow, but because he's so big, he moves. His
yeah.
one movement is so it's just like he's could be behind you, and he's like, "Arr."
Just like yeah,
Yeah.
lurching across the
But that,
walls. It's just like
but that's his.
fucking
What I got, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. That's him, right? As
yeah,
a misremembered version of him,
100%.
rage, pure rage, and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
I think it's him drunk. Like that's his other
Mm.
alter ego. Is that it's just like his face is all like what fucking scared and crazy. And then this whole chase thing again, the rooms they go through, the way they're built and they look, they're all different. It's almost like a whole, you know, it's just crazy. Like, and when she gets to the one bit where it's just like so high up and you just look down and it just goes on forever and ever. And you just see this tiny little set of stairs up to the tiny little door with three handles. And you're like, what the fuck is this, man? What, what? And it just keeps coming and coming and coming.
Now, at one stage, I guess you kind of feel that this was like a psychosomatic version that he's created himself. Like if you're looking at a sci-fi, but then you've got the async that are also there in their hazmat suits, and it creates this whole different. So it's kind of like, and that the whole wrap up that it doesn't wrap up, like is just so annoying, but satisfying at the same time. You're like, oh, it just leaves you on a it just leaves you that same level of just like ugh, uncomfortableness, I suppose, even after the end. Um,
And there's a thing with her backstory. So I know you mentioned it, and obviously Paulie said agoraphobia. So she's obviously lived with her mother, who Because there's a few things. Obviously, the start of the film where they're build. I thought that scene was brilliant as well, where it's just flashing back to them, kind of putting handprints in the concrete, and then the bulldoze over the top of them. I thought that was really clever. But um, there's this thing where she gets through it, and you see the whole cardboard cutout device with the languages is designed to kind of draw something out or trap it
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
fire extinguishing stuff. Because I think that obviously you've got this company that's kind of investigating it, but they haven't really got a clue what's going on. To be fair,
Bit Stranger Things.
yeah, yeah, it is that kind of thing. Where and then obviously gets through, and she's kind of getting interviewed, and I think, well, from what I took from it anyway, was that you've got this kind of like woman who's kind of suffered from childhood trauma, is still kind of probably processing that or dealing with that, hasn't really ever dealt with it, and her mother was kind of in like a kind of crazy state, and she kind of left her in a hospital, and I think there's an element of she kind of gets a bit liberated by the fact that there's this like infinite space that's getting created. Because obviously, when Mark Duplass is interviewing her at the end, and he says, "Oh, we don't really know what's happening because there's portals opening up all over the place. There's loads of them, and we can't really stop it." And it's that point where she kind of starts to smile, where she kind of realizes that, well, ha 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 type of thing. And I just thought that was the same, because obviously when it goes down then through the rooms, it's her, like, it obviously recreates all the sets from kind of her life. That makes sense.
Mm.
It's her house, it's her office.
Yeah, and it
Um,
gets that's crazy because it goes less and less and less as it goes down, and it's almost depressing because you start with this house and more things go, and it's just like going floor by floor by floor, as it gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
So weird, so fucking weird, and then you finally see her.
In a
So it's like, oh, so there's a version of her now down there.
the shadow version of herself, yeah. So it's
Yeah,
now remembered or half remembered her because she's been in there.
yeah,
It's yeah, but I think you could have a million theories. I know one of the
yeah,
guys I work with was saying like it's her kind of like, was she always in that back room, and
yeah.
it's just kind of there's a load of stuff you can probably just go in and talk about, but yeah,
I'm glad they didn't explain anything, and it'd be interesting to see how they go. Obviously, what's been
Well, Backrooms too.
yeah, what's been talked about is he's already after. There's no problem with this getting a second stab at it because of the amount of money that it made. It's made nearly 150 million. He wants to get a writing partner for another movie. Plus, he's going to continue with the miniseries that he's already doing on YouTube as well. But it's made it. We're going to see a follow on from this, and I don't know if I don't know if maybe I do want it explained,
I
or
don't. I think it should be left alone.
but
I
maybe
think
there's
it
just
is
like,
well,
but maybe
brilliant.
let's just explore the world, like make it.
I don't want them to. I
I
don't
don't
want them to.
We'll see.
I think it's maybe, they'll
I
probably do
think
7 or 8 of them, but
yeah, we'll see.
just to put it into perspective, A24's biggest opening weekends, right? So this is opening weekends, not totals. So Hereditary did 13.5 million. The drama did 13.3 million. Marty Supreme 16.6 million. Civil War 25.5 million. And then Backrooms 81.4 million.
Shit.
Right, just to perspective about kind of, the Philippou brothers, YouTube guys. Curry Barker, YouTube guy. This guy, YouTube guy. Now, just really quickly going on to kind of Obsession. Nothing's happened like this since ET. This situation hasn't happened since ET, where a film on its third week progressively gets better than its
Yeah.
first, second, and third on a budget of what it did and how it's made. It's not happened since ET.
God, I hope
Fucking
he. I
insane.
hope.
And then not only that, it's battered away just like a little fly, Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah.
It's a Star Wars film. We haven't had a Star Wars film for 7 years. And it's just gone, see you later. And then Backrooms comes and along goes, hold my beer.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I mean, if you're a YouTube creator or a content creator, right, or a filmmaker on these social platforms, right, you are about to get a lot of money. And I don't know if that necessarily. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. I just hope it doesn't become, You know, we
You have
want
to be
quality as
careful.
well as quantity.
Yeah. Has to be, these guys have had kind of good stuff behind them. They haven't just, fallen into this. They've done their research. They don't know what they're doing. And I've seen a lot of negative press about them because they're young and this and that. It's like, embrace it, you know, just get over it. These guys are doing well for themselves.
Well,
Go
it was
for
that
it.
ghost
Hope they
directing
got
thing,
some.
wasn't it?
I hope they got some back end.
Yeah, I mean,
a back
the
end
whole
deal.
controversy around this was that it got ghost directing. He didn't really direct the film, and I'm like, the kid's 19-year-old, probably needs some help. So guess
Maybe.
what? I didn't give a shit. If this is the end product, more power to him.
He's going to learn.
Yeah.
He's going to keep learning. That's like an apprenticeship. Fucking
Exactly.
hell, he's got
Like,
a
what was
whole
everyone
career.
else doing when they were 19? They weren't making
Yeah.
shit like this.
No,
So
I was
it's
getting pissed, mate.
yeah, yeah. Maybe we should have made some films. Who knows? But
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's tremendous, and I think what it does for me, right, and it just proves, what do you focus on with films? It's story, it's talent. It's not just creating it for creating its sake. And when you concentrate on plot and you concentrate on genuine ideas, you get really good results out of it.
yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what I think the world has kind of lost. It's like, oh, let's just produce a film and we'll whack a, like, you mentioned Mandalorian Grogu, mate. I love Star Wars and I am a big fan and I enjoyed the film, but
Yeah.
it wasn't a great film in the pantheon of films. It's very instantly forgettable, and they've got all the budget in the world and all the resource in the world.
Real films are coming back. Who would have thought, eh?
Yeah.
Well, long may it continue.
Let's
And
put.
I don't know if this is the film though that the generation of the fan base thought it was going to be, because when I was in the cinema, I was full of like teenage lads. It was a really strange crowd. It was like groups of lads were in there, and I don't know. You obviously never talked to them when I left, but I just got the feeling that they were a bit like, this was a bit weird.
I think but that's to be expected because it's fucking weird.
I know in a lot of the YouTube videos and other stuff, there's a lot more kind of demons and things like that patrols the corridors and stuff like that. But so what? This was
To be
really
continued.
good.
Right.
Scorpion slapping on it, lads.
Yeah, Matt, go on.
Oh God. I mean, I really want to rewatch on this when it comes out, like, so I can watch it at home and digest it a bit more, because I bet there's some really interesting stuff that we missed. But I'd probably go, I want to say 10 again. Should I go 10? I don't know, maybe 9? I don't know. 10, 9, 10, I don't know.
I'm going 9. I'm going 9 for now. I think Obsession just a
I
little
don't
bit.
know. I think I'd prefer this a little bit more than Obsession,
Yeah.
That got me thinking a little bit more, I think this is going to be someone's generation. This is going to be the film like, we had with Blair Witch. This is going to be somebody's that sort of film, man. It had like so many cool vibes in it, like, Shining vibes. It had, Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes. It had loads of different
Fine.
stuff.
10.
Jordy Paul.
10. I fucking loved it. Right on my street. It's been compared to Skinamarink, which I fucking loved as well. So I
haven't seen it.
Honestly, I thought it was really good. But this was brilliant. I loved it from start to finish. 10.
Do you know what? I was like thinking this, for me, I really liked that Hokum, right? I really enjoyed it. And then obviously, like, Obsession came along, then this. I was getting through this year going, oh, there's nothing really been like absolutely amazing. And then Obsession and this came along. It's just like mad.
Totally.
So cool. Anyway, yeah,
exciting for horror. Let's see what's next.
Okay, shall we now get on to our movie from the vault?
Someone there? I can hear you. Who is that? Who's in there?
Dr. Gordon, I want to play a game.
The Jigsaw Killer.
Paul, find the path through the razor wire.
Technically speaking, he's not really a murderer. He never killed anyone.
Dr. Gordon, your aim in this game is to kill Adam. If you do not, then Diana will die.
He finds ways for his victims to kill themselves.
I'm sick of people who don't appreciate their blessings. I've given you a life purpose.
Looks like our friend Jigsaw likes to book himself front row seats to his own sick games.
He doesn't want us to cut through our chains. He wants us to cut through our feet.
Most people are so ungrateful to be alive. Not anymore.
You are a drug addict. Do you think that is why he picked you?
He helped me. Don't believe Adam's lies.
Live or die. Make your choice.
Okay, this episode's movie from the vault. I picked from 2004, horror porn. Some might say it kicked it off. Saw. We've got from director James Wan, one of his first directorial movies, I believe. With he wrote with Leigh Whannell, starring Carrie Elwes, Leigh Whannell himself, Danny Glover, Ken Loang, Dina Meyer from Starship Troopers. Michael Emerson from Lost. I mean, it's just got loads of people in it. All right, there's just a shitload of fucking actors. The movie
Not so well known then, apart from Danny Glover.
No, the movie itself is about two men who awaken to find themselves on the opposite sides of a dead body, each with specific instructions to kill the other, escape or face the consequences. These two are the latest contestants in Jigsaw's games. The first of a fucking shitload of movies.
You want to play a game?
Not the first chronologically. So, yeah, I'm not going to get into all that shit. So,
No.
there, the first Saw movie. Geordie
Yes.
Paul, talk to me.
Well, I mean, I have a bit of an embarrassing confession to make here. The first time I ever watched this was on a pirated DVD. When DVD copying became a fancy thing. So yeah, I obviously didn't go to the cinema to see it.
Did somebody get up midway through with a popcorn?
No, it was actually quite a good. I think it was one of them that had like the property of Lionsgate.
Yeah, those
10
are.
minutes.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I think the transfer was quite good, to be fair. So, but yeah, I remember watching it in my bedroom on DVD. So, and yeah, I remember at the time loving it. What do you guys memories? I'm not going to divulge anymore because I want you to keep you on tenterhooks.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go for it, Matt.
Oh, mate, like I remember, it's really annoying because I'd love to see this for the first time without knowing absolutely nothing. Because that's obviously why I went to cinema and watched this, and and I didn't know nothing apart from obviously knowing it had some like kind of traps in it. Yeah, I remember watching this at the cinema and coming out and going, "Fuck yeah, now that's crazy." That ending was fucking amazing because it just gets you caught off guard, which we're going to spoil this film to shit, obviously. But yeah, I was a big fan of this when it came out. Sequels were good. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. But yeah, I really like this film. It's cool.
I was living in Southampton at the time, 2004. Must have watched it at the cinema. Yeah, it hit me straight away. It was just like, fucking hell, that was gory as hell. There wasn't really anything like it at the time. And it was
started the torture porn era.
Yeah, the torture porn, and it was really creepy. Obviously, we had Hostel to look forward to very soon after. Yeah, good vibes, and it was sort of like it set the standard for a lot of cinema watching and a lot of going to watch Saw movies.
For you, maybe.
I mean, I feel a bit sorry for it, lads, if I'm honest, because I was watching it and I think its legacy has diminished its original reputation.
It's quite grounded. There's a lot of stuff I didn't remember. There's a lot of stuff like I totally forgot Danny Glover was in it. Forgot all the exposition outside of it, all the I forgot Ben from Lost was in it. So I
The
forgot
one
his
thing I did,
yeah.
the one thing I did forget is obviously Leigh Whannell's character. I did forget that he was the kind of like photographer guy.
Yeah, he's the other side.
Like that he was that. I couldn't. I was trying to remember the connection because I think I've seen this film probably once, and that was at the cinema.
I think you're right. I think I've only watched it once, and this is the second time I've watched it.
Yeah,
I've got it on
but I
DVD.
forgot a lot. A lot. I mean, 2004. How long ago was that? I was like, what?
Long,
Years.
25 years.
Yeah, exactly. So to
years.
remember, I was kind of hoping I forgot the end, but I didn't. As soon as it started, I remembered the ending. I was like, damn it.
It's definitely, I think Butch did. Yeah, I agree. I think it's never like the first time you watch it, is it?
No.
But I was really entertained with it. Again, like you guys, I kind of forgot about all the twistiness of the whole kind of forget the room with the two guys in it. You know, the whole backstory and kind of how it all knits itself together.
Because you're I think it's because
clever.
you're so used to a Saw movie and so used to the Saw franchise and so used to like, there's this group of people. You've done some shitty things. You're in a fucking trap. If you don't do something weird like cut someone's eye out and get a key, you're fucked. You know, it's those sorts of things. Well, this one is quite grounded in that respect. You get a little bit. I didn't remember you saw Amanda with the cage on her head either. Obviously they focus more.
Yeah, I didn't think that was till like the second
yeah.
one.
So like
I must,
when you look back and you're like, oh fuck, all the time because there's loads of like this happens before and after and all this shit. And I was like, I'm not getting into that. I'm just gonna watch it, enjoy it. But like the simpleness of two guys sitting in a room chained to a pipe and a tape recorder. Want to play? They gotta play games. Sort of that sort of jigsaw voice. And you got to cut, and eventually someone's going to cut the fucking leg off.
And I love the fact that it was kind of the manipulation of the serial killer to know exactly what they're going to do. Because they play to his fiddle. It's literally like, even though they think they're getting somewhere, it's just exactly what he thinks is going to happen.
Not
At no
exactly.
point do they surprise him.
Yeah, because obviously they have the character who's got his wife and kid kidnapped, and that's fucking dark. He's going to what? Is he going to shoot those two? Jesus Christ! Danny Glover getting his neck sliced was dark as fuck. The shotgun to the guy from top. There was some real bloody horrible bits, but you don't see him cut the fucking leg off. I thought he did.
Well, you probably zip against budget constraints there because look, we've talked about we've talked about Obsession and we've talked about the Backrooms in the past couple of weeks, but this was as indie as it gets, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they did, and like you said, the cast
straight
that
out of
managed to
film
drag
school,
in was incredible. What I really thought was really clever, and like again forgot about it. And again, this is why I said I feel sorry for it, because you kind of think you know what a Saw film is because you watch 10 of the bloody things and they all follow the same kind of formula. This one doesn't. And what I thought was really clever was you kind of watching it going, oh well, Ben from Lost is his kind of acolyte and he wants to be him, and he's kind of like, oh my god, this is like, he's his assistant, but he's not actually. He's playing the game.
Yeah, and I think in it as well, when you watch it the first time around, you think he's the evil guy. He looks a little weasel evil guy anyway, but like you think that he's the main dude, and that was the rug pull with the guy getting off the bloody floor. Still would have been just such a shock and incredible to watch. What a twist and stuff like that to have that at the time. Now, obviously, the end. I mean, fucking flip flopping all over the shot, but like. What happens? Because obviously they revisit this room at some point in one of the other movies, and
we're not talking about those movies, Butch.
Yeah, but like, what happened to Carrie Elway's character? I can't remember. He's obviously
he comes back in Saw 7 or something, doesn't he?
Does he?
I'll get onto that in Matt's facts.
All right, fine. Yeah, it's good. It's a good watch.
Mate, it's an absolute banger of a movie. It twists and turns. It's like so indie. They were straight out of film school when they did it. You know, the budget constraints that they had is just like two guys in one room. I think they shot it in like 18 days. It's just like fucking hell, come on. And the concept behind it's just so clever. It's just like taking these wrong people and saying, right, you have to do this, otherwise you're just gonna die. So
How
put
did
them in
they
these
get
situations.
who they got? That's what I want to know.
Well, the power of a script, isn't it? I suppose these people want to buy into what could be a really, really clever script.
At the
I mean,
time, at the time, Danny Glover was still big. Uh, yeah, Carrie
I'd
Elwes
say
though.
it probably was cheaper.
Carrie Elwes is a hero. You know, Princess Bride. Come on.
Liar, liar.
Or was this
The other guy, yeah.
was this bringing back his career? I don't know.
Also, his partner was in Lost as well, Ken Luang. He was in
Yep.
Lost as well. Crazy. Yeah.
But let's not forget Billy the Puppet as well. You know, that whole like design of the puppet and the whole kind of
Creepy.
yeah, it was and the whole voice. You know, obviously Tobin Bell is just fucking genius,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so again you talk about like embodying characters and making that character that nobody else. And I suppose that's what the legacy of the film has struggled with is once you take him out of it, and it always was a problem where your antagonist is dying. So eventually he's going to die. And when you take him out of it, the franchise falls apart because he's that character. But for the limited screen time he did have, what an impact. Like, it's very, very clever. And definitely, as far as kind of serial killer films go, it's definitely up there. 100%.
Yeah, the dirtiness, the griminess of that room, the sets and stuff like that. I just think his lab is just a playroom to kind of look at and what they've actually got there. It was so cool to see that. The bathroom itself as well, so simple in the concept, but there's so much going on. They make so much out of so little. Well, that's what I think is so cool. Yeah, I
Did you take a shit in that toilet as well, Butch?
Did I? It's pretty messy.
It looked like our room in Fright Fest.
Yeah.
And you've got to respect the first one, the fact that it's bred so much for franchise, introduce a new horror character that you're never going to forget that is probably done to death at Halloween. I think it's got so much respect. And those two directors, so James Wan, obviously know what he's gone on to, Aquaman and Conjuring and all the rest, but Leigh Whannell, Upgrade? We had Invisible Man, Leigh Whannell.
Yep.
And what was what was the recent one?
Was it Wolfman?
Wolfman, yeah. So he's in the studios now. He's in the studios. Wolfman did all right. But let's talk some facts, Matt.
Okay, so in order to make the actors feel what their characters were going through, all of the bathroom scenes were shot in chronological order. Danny Glover completed all of his scenes in 2 days.
In and out. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Jigsaw's puppet was completely made from scratch by the film's creators. It was not bought at a store or a puppet that was altered. So apparently James Wan and Leigh Whannell made that puppet, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Carrie Elwes filed a lawsuit against the producers and the production company because he only received a nominal salary with back-end revenues. He claimed to have been promised 1% of the profit, which would have been a considerable a lot since this film earned over 100 million globally.
Jesus.
The case was finally settled out of court, but due to the disagreements, Elwes chose not to be involved with any of the sequels until Saw 3D in 2010. The identity of Jigsaw the killer is revealed early in the film during a flashback when Zepp says he's a very interesting person. There is a diagram of the reverse bear trap on John's hospital tray, apparently. In the scene where John is shown laying in the hospital bed, there is a small object in his hand. This object is the pen light stolen from Dr. Gordon. and it was later planted at Mark Wilson's game. And the body count in this is 6.
Yeah, Danny Glover dies, Ben dies, Agent dies. Thank God the kid and the wife don't die.
Fat man in cage dies.
Fat Man in Cage dies. Leigh Whannell dies. Are we saying that he's a death as well?
It's got to be.
We know eventually he's dead because his fucking skeleton's found in it or something like that. I can't remember. Oh, it's a good fucking movie. It's a good movie.
Oh, it's a classic. It's a classic.
The only other one that I think's worth talking about, not well, there's a couple of, but like the other bit that freaks me out is when she gets thrown into the
Needle
needles.
pit.
Saw 2 is great. It's a great film. I actually went to see Saw 2 at the cinema off the back of Saw. So Saw 2 is great. I mean, Saw 3's got some decent, but the rest are just shit. And I won't hear anything said otherwise.
Don't say that to Mr. Evans. He fucking loves them.
I'll challenge him to a Saw off then. There's a point though in the franchise. Like I said, the point is when Jigsaw dies, you either have to go back in time, or you have to create some weird sort of parallel kind of time, right? Which they kind of do. But it then turns Jigsaw, which is the cardinal sin for any fucking horror film, into a hero. And like the last Saw we did, he's the good guy. And
Spoilers.
That's wrong.
I was going to watch all those.
Well, I mean, the inventiveness and the craziness of the traps is always great to see. But
yeah, some of the traps are really cool.
Yeah, just a bit silly, but
massive fan base still. But there we go. Scores on the doors for Saw. I think it's an 8 for me.
Yeah, I'd say an 8.
I'm going to give it an 8 as well. And do you know what? I thought I was going to stone cold give this a 10 because I went into this loving this film, and I just feel it's lost something. Whether it's not just the impact of seeing it for the first time, but its legacy, like I mentioned, I just think it's lost a bit of kind of.
I think 8's
I kind of agree with that.
It's a positive. It's a very positive 8 from me.
I'd like to watch it with people who haven't seen it before.
Yeah,
it's one of them films, isn't it? Oh, we watch this.
Well, sit down with your sons and slip it
one
on
day, yeah.
Saturday.
Got to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre with them first, so
it's definitely an 18. Could have shown us the leg store off. All right, Mr. Stevens, it's your pick. I was in 2000. I've just been to 2004. What year are you taking us to?
I'm going to go to 1987.
Good year.
I've had enough of this credible horror. I'm going to bring us back to something mental. So we're going to go back to 1987, guys. We're going to go back to the Far East.
Oh, shit.
And we're going to watch a Chinese ghost story.
Is that what's it called?
A Chinese ghost story.
So what's the name of the What's the name of the movie?
A Chinese ghost story.
A Chinese ghost story.
So that's a synopsis. So what's the name of the movie?
All right, avid Marian, calm down, will you? What's the message? What's the message? It's a debt collector has no other choice than to spend the night in a haunted temple where he encounters a female ghost whom he falls in love with. To save her soul, he must work with a monk to defeat the tree demon who owns her spirit.
Tree demon, rapey ghost. That's all I heard.
There you go.
Right up your street, Butch.
Yeah, guys, a bit of craziness from the Far East again.
And where can we watch this gem, Mr. Paul Stevens?
It is available on Shudder.
A Chinese ghost.
As is a Chinese Ghost Story 2 and a Chinese Ghost Story 3. But we'll just stay for the first one for the moment.
We'll see what I can do.
I might just do them more.
Bang them out one by one. I bet they're an hour and 20 or an hour and 24 or something like that. If they're longer than an hour and a half, I will punch your big head.
Look, the last one I picked was mental.
Yeah.
So let's go for it. We nearly had the oily maniac, but I stayed clear.
This greasy strangler. Nice. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Stevens. Okay. So that was episode 207. I hope you're all enjoying what is at the cinema at the moment. At the moment, there's a bit of a lull, unless you want to go and watch Scary Movie 7. It's up to you. I'm not judging.
We try and watch Scary Movie 6 first.
What? No, this is 7, isn't it?
It's 6, man.
I think you're wrong.
No, he's right. It's 6.
He's checking though. He's gonna check.
I think you're both wrong. I'll have to take your word for it, boys. So
You mean we're right?
all right, don't prove anything.
My strong hand.
I think he's in it.
He's in it, yeah.
So there we go. Yeah, lots to come into the cinema in July. Lots of movies coming out in the next couple of months. I need a cinema pass. Fucking, there is so much movies. So many. There are so many movies coming up in the next couple of months. So yes, we will be back to the cinema rather soon. Moving on to episode 208. Like I said, I think we're stepping out of the cinema, and we're going to have to go find some deep cuts from some donator to watch the new movie. And Paul's just picked out of his. I picked out of the vault a Chinese ghost story from 1987. And there's only
What is it called?
Then there's only one more thing to say. There's no more room in hell. Here's another podcast.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
You can follow us on Twitter @DrawOneLast, Instagram @DrawOneLastBreath, or pop us an email at drawnelastbreathpod@hotmail.com.